It's day 4 of the Red River Farm Network Crop Tour presented by Pioneer. We are in Dorothy, Minnesota for day 4 to begin with Luke Forness with Black River Ag. And Luke, we're in the seed shed here. It's a bit windy this morning, and we drove through some sprinkles on the way over, but you guys seem like you can't buy a rain.
They'll probably fall apart before it gets here, for sure, yep. It seems like things have been splitting, but I think even people that get a rain aren't getting quite what they want either. I mean, it's just been little less than what we need, but we've got some in June and July that help push the crops along. But I think most guys are being surprised at what yields they've been seeing from the wheat crop. So hopefully that spells good news for the soybeans, and we'll see how the corn comes out too. But
sure, let's talk about that a little bit. We are seeing beans maturities all over the place, everything from dropping leaves to still grass green.
Yeah, we've got on our farm, we got some 06 maturities planted right out the end of the road here, and I think there's areas that are getting pushed from the heat and the dryness, the drought, and then there's other fields that are holding their own, and they look pretty green. But seems like anything earlier than that 06, 04s, 03s, 02s, they're all starting to yellow up and drop leaves stuff. So things are maturing up. So
with the dryness that you've seen in this particular area, concern about pod fill?
Everything I've looked at looks good as far as the pods that are on the plant. You look at some of the later maturing varieties, and there is some aborting of pods. So the later maturing are maybe are going to lose out on that top end in my area at least. But it looks like the earlier stuff is maybe taking benefit of that June, July rains we had, and are looking to have good pod fill. So far looks good.
Would a rain here in the next week or so save this crop yet or not?
Your later maturing stuff might go back in and start filling some of them top pods. But I mean, if we're already seeing some yellowing and leaves drops, it might be too late for those. It kind of depends. But there was definitely some drought stress that, beans can turn around if they're still in that stage and fill some of those pods, but it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I mean, this weekend will be the big teller. I mean, 90 degrees and no rain, so.
Yeah. It says a lot, though, too, for the modern genetics. With what this crop has gone through, it looks good right now yet.
Yeah, it's actually surprising. I mean, walking some soybean fields with some neighbors and customers and stuff and looking at what's out there, it looks to be a half decent crop. So hopefully it'll be surprising when we get the combines rolling and things will look good, So, and that the new varieties are looking solid. So that's good to see.
Yep. Let's switch gears, talk a little bit about the corn crop.
Sure.
That looks decent, except for the stuff that's got some hail on it.
Yeah, we got a little bit of hail here, not too bad. Some leaf damage. There wasn't a lot that probably going to affect yield too much. A lot of the corn, I mean, there was some drought stress areas that are going to be, tipped back and whatnot, but it looks like kernel fill's pretty good on a lot of those. I mean, they might be half cobs, but so far all the spots I've walked that are really drought stressed are, there's a cob there. Maybe we're looking at half the yield, but you get into the areas where things are looking good, they're filling out nice. I mean, they're getting pushed too with the heat and dryness, but that corn crop is it's an amazing plant. So
how close to black layer are we?
I would say that early 80-day stuff is probably 7 to 10 days out. Looking in some of the stuff I've looked at. About a week ago, I was looking at some 80-day stuff that was probably 50% milk line. So, yeah, that stuff's probably pushing a week from now.
Yep. Talk about some of the varieties. What looks best for you?
That new 80-day looks really good, really strong for an early maturing variety. That one looks to be a good contender. There's a brand new one that came out. It's an 82-288. That one looks like it's going to be a game changer for us. I mean, it looks really strong in every plot that I've seen pictures of it in my own plot here. So that'll be one to watch. Hopefully that one can be a good, consistent, high-yielding, early maturing variety. There's an 87-day that's looking really strong. So, yeah, it'll be fun to see what we get out of them plots and what got put out in some small bags, quantities of some of these new varieties. We'll see what kind of feedback we get on those, but should be some good stuff coming.
Yep. All in all, it's kind of a hit and a miss year, I guess.
Yep. Haves and have-nots with the moisture and just hoping we get some this fall yet to kind of help soak up that soil so we got something for next year,
Yep, exactly. So we go into next year. Visiting with Luke Forness, Pioneer dealer here at Black River Ag. This is the Red River Farm Network Crop Tour presented by Pioneer. I'm Randy Conan.